Hello, hello, hello. How are we? It's been a long time. Hello, hello. Please do let me know if you can hear me on the book of face aches. Smash the love heart for me. Maybe pop a little message, whatever. Please, please, please do let me know if you can hear me on face ache. Likewise, if you can hear me clearly on YouTube, please do let me know. There's a little bit of background noise going on, so I've got my headphones in. Normally I only have one bit, so if I'm shouting at you, I'm so sorry. Now, do you guys remember when I used to do Sunday service and I always used to start with a little bit of music? Well, I just went to the bathroom before I came on here today and I kept getting, guess who's back? Back again. And I was going to be playing a little bit of that. And then I thought, no, because I don't want YouTube to ban this vehicle. I don't want this to be banned. So please do in the chat box, let me know how you are. Let me know how you are around the world, whereabouts around the world you are as well. That would be really good to hear. It's been bloody weeks since I've been with you guys. So I just want to say thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for, riding out the storms that have been taking place over the past couple of weeks, which is why I have been hiding a little bit, ladies and gents. I'm going to get into that a little bit more shortly, more to the point. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to start off by talking about, a couple of things that I have spoken about. Oh, hello. Sorry, you're in Birmingham. Where else are you? I know we've got Liverpool on. I can see that we've got Liverpool. We've got Wolverhampton on because I know my dear friend, that's where Paul is. We have got, I can't even see where anybody else is right now. I'm glad you can hear me though. That is absolutely amazing. My apologies. I get so engrossed, guys, as you know. So we've got New Jersey. We've got Wenatchee, is that how you say it, in Western Australia? That's bloody amazing. Arkansas, amazing, amazing, amazing. Love, 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 love. Well, it's good to have you all on, and it's really, really wonderful to be back with you guys. Sunny Sunderland, the Wirral, Cornwall, love that. So we are all over the place right now. If you know anybody that normally watches my videos, but they're tired of waiting for me to come back, please do go and share this video with them and say, look who's back on our screens. I appreciate some of you are going through hell right now, and I want to let you guys know, I feel you, brothers and sisters. Let's just, if we possibly can, let's hear the messages that come through today, and then obviously we can step forwards from that. I get people are going through, it's like you're walking through hell right now. I resonate with that. The last couple of months have been very, very challenging. I am coming out the other side. Marbella, lots of love to you in Marbella, Joanna, or Joanne, more to the point, my apologies. Yeah, love that so much. We've had a wild weekend, so in Marbella, so it's been it resonates with my soul right now. Anyway, like I was saying, we are all in such a pickle right now. We're going through so much. So many people are having absolute moments of energetic bliss. They're really happy and they're on a whole nother level, and then the next minute they're down in the dumps or whatever that's going on. So first and foremost, I'm going to share a couple of things I haven't said publicly on YouTube, but on April the 23rd, I actually ended the relationship with David and I. And like I say, I haven't spoken about that publicly on here. I just want to let you guys know, because I know a lot of you have been messaging me and all the rest of it about David and I. I've had people on Facebook messaging me because obviously we used to do weekly videos, but I had to step out of that relationship for a number of reasons that I'm not going to go into because it's absolutely none of anybody's business. But that is why David and I haven't been doing videos since that point. And obviously there has been very minimal mention and things like that. So please don't think that I've been avoiding this conversation. I've just had to look after myself. I went through a pretty treacherous miscarriage. And again, this is probably the first time I've spoken outwardly about it, particularly on Facebook. And I just had to take time for myself, and I needed to get myself back into alignment. I'm not saying this for attention or for anything like that. I'm just saying it because a lot of you have been asking questions. So just to let you guys know, I'm good. I'm sure he's okay. But we're just no longer a couple. So, If you've got any questions or something like that, don't worry about it. You know, like I say, I'm sure he's absolutely fine. He's a big man, and I am doing really good. And I'm sat here in front of you telling you this. So yeah, it's wonderful. What's happening is absolutely wonderful. And I have to remind you guys that we are all being placed exactly where we need to learn our lessons and grow. Okay. Like I say, I'm not going to answer any questions on it. It doesn't matter what happened between us. It doesn't matter, you know, anything that's gone on before or after. It was a wonderful experience. You know, I have a lot of love in my heart for the experience that we went through, but it just reached the end of its road. And I know there's going to be a lot of you out there with heartbreak going, oh no, we thought you two were going to be the perfect couple. But obviously things happen and things change. So I just wanted to kind of like talk about that and, you know, just make sure that we had that conversation closed out. I don't want to be bringing up the past, but because I haven't ever said it on here. So before I step into the new moon energies, which is what I want to talk about tonight, because this video is all about the return of the feminine, okay? Yes, it's about me coming back and me getting in alignment and me bringing it back to the party and raising the consciousness as I have been doing. Now, as a side note of talking about the return of the feminine, I am creating a brand new YouTube channel. Now, that doesn't mean that this one isn't going to be used. This is absolutely going to be used, but there's going to be different topics on here. So on the new channel that I'm creating, and I'm actually creating it with a couple of girlfriends, we are going to be very much about bringing the rise of the divine feminine energy. I'm not going to give you the name of the channel yet because it's not been created. As soon as it is, I will share it with you guys. This is going to be a powerhouse of bringing those beautiful, nurturing, healing energies back up to the surface in the men and the women so that we can obviously go to a whole new level. As we know, the age of Aquarius is very much about bringing the energies that have been abused over the years, and bringing it back to the forefront so that we can actually step into what I call Shambhala, you might call New Earth, or whatever it is that you resonate by calling it, guys, okay? So it's going to be a new channel. It's going to be very spiritual. It's going to be lots of gold. It's not just for girls, boys. We're not isolating you, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding the true examples of divine masculine to come in and share about relationships and share about how they got connected spiritually and how, you know, we're going to be bringing lots of beautiful spirits. Lots of you have said you love the video that I did with Leanne Brown. I'm going to be doing some stuff with Alex Rose Betts over coming weeks and other really, really, really incredible ladies as well. So this channel is going to be very much used for the health and the healing element, and we're going to be bringing in those conversations. Yes, I'll still do the spiritual stuff. Yes, I'll still do these 5 o'clock lives, but what I'll be doing on the other channel is very much about raising the consciousness, raising this frequency. And talking of frequency, my goodness, have any of you seen the Schumann resonance over the last few days? OMG, I was going to swear, but I'm not going to. The Schumann is literally, if you're not on my Instagram, go over there and check out my stories today. The Schumann resonance has basically been, you know, monitoring the electromagnetic field for a long time. Over the last, yesterday it was actually, as we stepped into the new moon energies, it is looking like DNA coding through the Schumann resonance. This is freaking wild, ladies and gents. This is absolutely wild. This is just proof for anyone that's like, oh, there's no consciousness shift taking place. This is proof of everything that we have been talking about. And this is why I'm inspired to step into creating this brand new channel whereby it is going to have such a divine feminine flow. It is, I just want to remind everybody, because I can feel some people getting triggered by, oh, why does it always have to be about the women? Remember, ladies and gents, we all have masculine and feminine energies in us, all of us. I'm not here to create a world of women that have 20% masculine and 80% feminine, quite the contrary. Whatever it is that you are supposed to do and you are supposed to be here to be this lifetime is what we're going to encourage. And if that means 20% feminine and 80% masculine, we're going to activate that 20% feminine so that when you feel safe enough to allow to surrender and allow the protection and everything, it's more like that. It's not going to be we're turning everybody into girly girls, because I know that there is still a massive myth out there that the feminine energy is weak. Oh my God, how wrong can you be? I actually was told by someone the other day that I've gone too much into my feminine energy. And then they witnessed me do something and they were like, okay, you still got your kick ass. Don't ever fool me just because I'm like the love and light brigade. I'm not the love and light brigade, but you know what I mean? I talk about spiritual stuff and all the rest of it doesn't, and self-love and empowering people to take their life back and reminding people of their eternal truth. Do not ever believe that I am weak. Trust me, probably the biggest mistake anyone would ever make. And I'm, yeah, trust me. So let's just talk a little bit about the material world. So the old material world right now, as we see it, is collapsing, and it's happening very quickly. Let me know in the chat box if this is resonating with you guys. Is time speeding up? I mean, we got back from lunch today and we were like, how on earth is it this time of day? Like, we only popped out quickly to go grab something because I'm busy working on a Monday. But, you know, it was like, Lucy, how on earth has the day gone as quickly as it has? Time is speeding right now. We are on an absolute go faster. And this is what I'm talking about. The material world is collapsing, and anything 3D, anything in the 3D world is being surrendered. So let's say, for example, if you are somebody who is fascinated, or you need lots of stuff, you need lots of things, please be warned, you are going to have this stripped from you. You know, another thing, people copying you, it's wild. I keep seeing people copying my language. Like someone that's actually watching this right now messaged me over the weekend and was like, oh my God, I can't believe how much this person is speaking like you. Like, it's really weird. Like, I don't get it. And then today I saw something on Facebook and it was literally my words. And I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. Take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment. Some people are really trying to figure out their identity right now. Be flattered. Even if you're annoyed a little bit, just be flattered. Take the compliments from it. You know, everybody is trying to figure out who they are and what they are. And I don't judge with things like that. In fact, I don't judge at all. But I want you guys to remember, some of us don't know what we're doing from day to day right now. You know, we've lost absolutely everything that we know. We've lost our family, we've lost our friends, we've lost our partner, we've lost our home, we've lost all of this stuff. And we literally don't know what we're doing. Yes, Jason. So that's really, really, you know, Jason's put in the chat box, had 2 co-workers walk off the job on Friday. Doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. People are literally reaching a point right now where they're oh my God, I just can't cope with this. Okay, it's extremely, extremely interesting what is taking place. So just surrender to that. And like I say, be flattered where you can be. Come back with love as best as you can. That said, do not be a pushover. Don't be a pushover. Just what is has been so prevalent for me over recent months is people think that because you're spiritual, you should just be like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to do that for you. Yeah, no worries at all. You can tell a MF to F off if you need to. I'm trying not to swear today, by the way, ladies and gents. I'm not sure how well it's going to go, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can. You know, I'm a little bit passionate when it comes to doing these videos, and I haven't been on here with you guys for such a long time, but you can tell somebody to do one. Please know that you can. Do not be caught up in this limitless situation whereby, no, I need to be better than that. I can't, you know, I have to rise above it. No, if you are fed up, you know, like, think about it. If, in fact, I got something earlier. I'm going to read it to you guys. I got something earlier. I said it to my friend and it was so perfect. Oh gosh, my phone is rammed with so much. Okay, this is what I got earlier today. You can't keep letting shit slide. That's how a leak turns into a flood. That resonates, right? Now, I'm not saying over every little thing have an argument, like pick your battles. But if a MF crosses the line, stand up to them, find your voice and talk it through. Do not sit there and be weak and regret not saying something. Like, I'm not in this place where it's like, oh, let it go. Like, let it go. No, because you are allowing that loop to continue by you shutting your voice down and saying no. And I've done that. I've actually had a situation in the past, which and the situation has been replicated in my life 3 times. And just talking to a friend of mine today, it was very prevalent that this has occurred 3 times. And I just went, hey, hang on a minute. I'm so glad that this time it's different. I'm so glad this time I'm changing it, because people, you know, people out there, healers and whatever, oh, just let it go. Honestly, Lucy, it will be absolutely fine. Karma will bite them. Yes, karma's going to bite them. I'm not questioning that. But at some point, you have to change something if you want a different result. So how long are you going to allow that to take place before you actually do something about it? That's what I'm talking about. We need to change to be able to change a result. I don't want to live in a loop anymore. You know, I don't think we need to be mean, but I do think that we need very clear boundaries right now. I'm sticking to my chair. Oh, the joys. Oh, the joys. Anyway, I owe you guys a massive apology for not putting out a new moon video, okay? Obviously, it was the new moon yesterday. Normally, I put these videos out about a week earlier. I have had such a busy week with traveling, being off on missions, all sorts of different things. Yeah, lots and lots of things that I can't really go into here at the moment. In fact, I probably should. Let's just back up before I go into the new moon, because this is actually aligned to it. So, ladies and gents, I've actually had my Zoom compromised. Yes, so this is an important matter, actually. The reason I'm back live with you guys is because the videos that I have been recording have ended up appearing in somebody else's local files, an account that's nothing to do with my own. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this is a massive privacy issue. Okay, massive privacy issue for anybody that comes along to my meetings, and for any of you that know, you come along to those things. You know that your face is on the screen. That's a privacy issue. So I found out about this last Wednesday and instantly raised and got it escalated very quickly through Zoom. Now, Zoom have taken this extremely seriously. They are currently checking all of the logs of the code to see how this has happened. Lots of things are taking place. So it's a big deal. And, you know, you can imagine the kind of conversations that I've been having. So wherever I need to record things now, I'm going to be using somebody else's account until this has been sorted. I'm actually looking at different platforms to use. And the reason I can do this live on YouTube is because I can actually go live, or I can use my StreamYard account, which is another system, which basically helps me go onto Facebook and Instagram, not Instagram, bloody hell, Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I just wanted to bring that up into your consciousness, that if you are seeing things with technology right now, having little glitches or things like that, or weird things are happening, please do trust this is the new moon energy that we're under right now. It's wild what's taking place. Thankfully, obviously, no data is stored in Zoom, but the fact that somebody else can access my account potentially, and definitely other people can see my videos, is a massive privacy issue and confidentiality issue. So it's wild, ladies and gents. I've had my business and the way of my working halted significantly. It's caused a massive financial impact. And of course, as I'm sure you can imagine, like I said earlier, Zoom are taking this very seriously. So even onto the CEO today, that's how serious it's been. So it's wild, and I will keep you up to date with this. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So we're doing the best that we can. Are you talking about generally at the moment, this new moon is worse than Mercury retrograde? Because I'd agree with you, Deborah. Mercury retrograde tends to bring in technology issues and communication issues. And I would say yes right now. But also this is, again, about me stepping up into my voice, me just saying, hey, hang on a minute. Now, before I would probably have been like, no, I'm just going to let this go. No, I haven't launched an investigation. I have got their best of their best working on this. And like I say, I've spoken to the CEO about this, because I'm not standing for any of this behavior. So I will keep you guys posted on this. It is wild right now. Thank you so much, Lizzie. I appreciate your words on that. And Julie, I appreciate that so much. So let's talk about the new moon, guys. And for a lot of people on Facebook, they'll be like, Lucy doesn't normally talk about the new moon, but I am talking about the new moon, and I do talk about the full moon. I just normally do it on my Facebook account. So I basically channeled a whole heap of information around the new moon a little while ago. And I'm going to give you the key areas. Oh, Susan, don't you worry. I am on this. This is one thing I'm not letting go. The bit is between my teeth on this more than anything. And I am, you know, I've got my lawyers involved and everything. Like this is serious. This is serious, and I'm not going to let it go. But what is so funny is when I was channeling the information for the new moon is technical issues came up. So I should have known that behind the scenes, this has been taking place. Now, just in case any of you are like, oh my God, I've done one-to-ones with Lucy and they've been recorded and blah, blah, blah. Please know this has only been happening for the last 2 weeks since the 29th of May or the 26th of May, one of those 2 dates, I can't remember. So please, 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 if you're there going, oh my God, no, don't panic. This has literally just happened, and I've had all the videos deleted from the other person's channel now. So, don't panic too much on that. So like I say, technical issues came up as one of the first few points, which just made me giggle out loud, obviously knowing this now. But what we are doing, we are very much creating new waves to step forwards right now. Lisa, you can ask the question, whether I'll answer it or not is another matter. So what we're doing here is we're very much creating the new waves to step forwards. And when I'm talking about new waves to step forwards, I'm talking about the new way of setting up the schooling systems. And what's really beautiful is I've been witnessing a conversation, can't remember on what platform, whereby somebody has been sharing that they've got their daughter or son into a school and they use meditation and they use this and they use that. Like, this is what we're doing right now. We're creating the waves to step forwards. And this is why this divine feminine energy is so amazing, like absolutely amazing, that we need to be utilizing and tapping into. This is how we're going to be creating the new earth, or what I call the new earth, or some people call it Shambhala, but just basically whereby we can all live in harmony and we all live in abundance. That is what my vision is for the future. Like, this nonsense, I'm sure we're not supposed to have ever dealt with. We're not. Technology is being abused right now and things like that. So what I see is that we're going to be stepping into a world that doesn't have all of this stuff going on. Everything that is not working for us right now is being shown to us. Now, that doesn't mean that people aren't ignoring it and being ignorant to it. We cannot avoid it anymore. And we literally, it is going to be slapped in our face so much, no matter how much we try to stay away from it. And what they basically said to me is that if you continue to stay there and continue to stay there, the hurt is going to be increased significantly. So what that means is, today you might fall over and graze your knee. Next week you might fall over and break your hip. Then you might fall over and do, your arm and your foot or something like that. It's going to get worse and worse and worse until you go, right, I need to change this. So if you've got somebody hurting you right now, or if you've got people around you right now that you feel are using you and abusing you and things like that, just be very aware. What am I missing? What am I missing? Obviously, I've spoken to you about the technical issues, but this is here. This is where it was in my list. So the next thing that they gave me, oh my God, I hope all of you have been behaving yourself since March, because the next thing they gave me was, there is instant karma taking place right now. So anything that you have done since March 2023 to create karma is going to be brought back up for healing under this new moon energy. If you lied, if you cheated, if you hurt, if you betrayed people, be prepared. If there is any devious behavior that you have put out there since March 2023, if I was you, I would be going out, I would be forgiving you, forgiving the other person, calling the person, getting it back into alignment, because instant karmic cleansing is going to be taking place. I don't know about you guys, but when I read that, I was like, right, Lucy, what have you done since March? What on earth have you said? How many people have you pissed off and triggered and all the rest of it? So this is a really, really, really big deal. Interesting. I am so loving the fact that this message is timely for you and that it is happening now, because it really has been happening right now. So what I'm going to do is just remind you to go back and watch the karmic cleansing video that I put on YouTube maybe a week or so ago, because that will really help bring this up into your consciousness and show you what you need to do. Now, if you have been hurt by somebody else, trust that this is their karmic cleansing period. This is going to be the period where you're probably going to hear from them, or, you're going to see them with a health issue, or you're going to see them, get arrested or have a car accident or something like that. So please do remember that this is what is taking place right now. There is no one-sided thing. This is happening to everybody. This new world won't exist until we change within ourselves and start doing the work. Cleanse the vessel through speech, diet. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Now, I love the fact that, Tom, you have put that up here, because I'm going to call it, and it's going to piss off a lot of men, no doubt. the ladies have been doing the work for a while. I'm not saying all of the ladies, but there's a lot of ladies out there that I know that have been speaking their truth. They've been standing up. They've been watching what they eat. They've been cleansing their diet. They've been limiting alcohol, things like that. But there is a thread of masculine, the male humans this lifetime that have gone, I can't be touched. I don't need to do that. So it's great to see Tom speaking up about this. Unless you get into alignment with who you are and recognize what you need to do. And the ego is a very, very, very important thing right now. If you're not looking at your ego and saying, hey, why are you being so freaking confident about something? Why are you not taking ownership that, you know, if something happens, there's always two people involved. You know, you can't just create a situation on your own, or, you know, like a car accident. Let's say you have a car accident. It takes two people to have an accident. There's two cars, so there has to be two. So at some point in the past, you guys have created a contract that basically says, we're going to corrupt something here. We're going to create something here. And by the way, the lady that asked the question, I'll come back to it afterwards. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to crack on with the stuff that I've got to do, but I will come back to it later because Lizzie will remind me. It's so important. We are being tripped up right now. We are being shown for who we are right now. We have to recognize people, and I said this in May, I said it at the end of April, May and June, the men are going to fall to their knees. Now, we're still in June right now. The men are falling to their knees. Like a lot of men that I've heard of have had massive issues, you know, bless him. Look at Charlie, for example. He's had massive issues. He's a man. You know, so why is this happening right now? Because they are being humbled. They're being brought to their knees to look at themselves. It's very important that we recognize this right now. So ladies and gents, I know there's a lot of you that go, I don't want to give up alcohol, or I don't feel I need to do that. Like, doesn't matter. I'm not saying that is the thing that you need to do, but please, please, please recognize if you've been a bit of an arse, go and apologize to the people, because otherwise you are going to get hit really, really, really hard. If you are defending yourself from somebody being an arse, crack on and do it, because their karma is going to be significant. Substantial, in fact. Right, the next item that they gave me was it's really important for the second half of this month and, you know, under this new moon is to take some time out. You may feel like you want to go into hermit mode. If that is you, honor it. Honor it. I know I'm a bit feisty tonight, but, you know, that really resonates with my soul. I have loved the last few weeks. I have been back out doing my missions, doing the whole Wanderess thing. I've had people guessing where I am and whatever's going on and all the rest of it. But it's like, it's just fascinating what's taking place. Take time out for you. Be on your own. Go wherever you feel is the right place for you to be right now. Now, some of you are going to rub your hands together when I say this, because under this new moon, all corruption must come to the surface. Now, that said, all of you will automatically go geopolitical. You'll automatically go, you know, the Hollywood and stuff like that. I just want to take you backwards from that. Every piece of corruption must come to the surface. Now, that means the corruption that is in your family unit. That means the corruption that is in your friendship group. That means the corruption that is in your relationship. Bit sticky, that one, isn't it? It's a bit sticky. That means the corruption with your children. Now, I know corruption is quite a heavy word to use, but I think you're going to get this. Anything attempting to take power and control is going to come under the spotlight. So this is maybe your friend, and I know one of the ladies who's commenting on here, she will resonate this with regards to her job. You know, anything that wants to take your power and try and control you, it's going to come up, and it's going to be so obvious that we cannot question it. However, many of you will just go, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to put my head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. Trust me, if you do that, you're going to get stung. Like a little jellyfish, stung. Pay attention. Even if it doesn't make sense, be open to it being the truth. Emotion, frustration, deception, and betrayal are the 4 words that they said this new moon all of it is going to surface going into the next couple of months as well. So people are going to be very emotional, very frustrated. Levels of deception are going to be coming to the surface. And anybody that has betrayed you, i.e. this instant karma thing that I've been talking about, ladies and gents, you know, this is what is taking place right now, okay? Now, on a positive note, because we need something positive by now, I think, there is a spiritual awakening wave that is going to take place. There is going to be a connection to source that will be highlighted significantly. So normally under the full moon, things get brought to the surface to be able to see. However, under here, what we're doing is we're getting a new wave of awakening, and it's going to be taking place because it's all about the energy and the frequency. And if you remember what I said at the beginning of this, it's, you know, we can see the DNA codes appearing in the Schumann resonance. Yeah, honestly, we can see the DNA shifts taking place in the Schumann resonance. That's what this is about. This is about vibration. This is about frequency. It's time you wake up and see what is going on around you. If somebody no longer resonates with you, step away from them. If you find yourself, and it's really fascinating, I've had a number of people from back in my investment banking days reach out to me in the last month or two going, I've not spoken to you in years, but do you know what? I'm really glad I found you again. And it's not because I'm, you know, in their face, because Facebook I don't really utilize too much these days. I'm more on YouTube and Instagram, but these people are reaching out. Why are they reaching out? Because now they're ready to feel the vibration, the love vibration. They know that we're stepping into an age now, we're stepping into an era now whereby frequency is everything. And your best friends may not align to you anymore. You may not want to be around them anymore. Like, my circle has changed massively in the last couple of weeks, massively. You know, the last couple of months for sure. You know, I ended it with David. I've stepped out of that whole world that I was living in. You know, so it's fascinating. My world from what it was 2 months ago, I've literally gone boom, thrown a bomb, everything's gone on, and then I've stepped away from it. So, you know, you've got to be brave, ladies and gents. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wish that I could involve my friend who's with me now because it would be validated. My team also would validate this. My connection in the last 2 months has never been more profound. Never been more profound. The things that I'm channeling, you know, like I was out on Saturday evening having a conversation with somebody, and I'm just channeling everything to do with their father who passed over literally just a month ago. So wild, wild things are taking place right now. And this is what's happening off the back of this frequency shift that's taking place. Psychic, healing, telepathy, they're increasing daily. Let me know in the chat box on either of the platforms if you feel this. Have you seen, oh my God, I'm like getting these messages from people. Oh my God, I'm knowing what my child is trying to say to me. Oh my goodness, like literally my best friend calls me and we both blurt the same thing out at the same time. Like, this is what's happening. And it's not just our best friends, it's with total strangers. My friend who's been with me for the last, you know, whatever, few days or whatever, has the insights they have been receiving, the wisdom they have been getting has been wild. Wild. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. I appreciate that. I'm okay with it. You know, I sat with it for a while, and I knew that it needed to take place. So it was, yeah, it was brave. Obviously, we just moved into our new house together and things like that. I could have picked better timing, I know. But yeah, I feel good about it, Ingrid. So thank you for that. I really, really do appreciate it. So recognize where your consciousness is shifting, recognize where your insights and your gifts are coming back online. And guys, don't be embarrassed by it. Don't be embarrassed by it. Be bloody proud of it. Like, I love the fact that I always used to say, I'm no psychic. I'm no psychic. I'm a freaking psychic. And I'm owning it these days. You know, I would never say to someone, I'll do a psychic reading for you. You know, because a gentleman asked me on Saturday night, like, tell me. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, I'm not that person to just be like, boom, you know. But what happens is I will just be sat there chatting, and all of a sudden I know everything about you. And literally, I know everything about you. And just as I'm saying this, 1111 has just appeared right in front of my face. So it's thanks, Judy. I appreciate you, my darling. So we are stepping into, because of this frequency shift and we're vibrating at a higher rate, we are stepping into our energetic light body at a much quicker rate. It's really fascinating. It's really interesting what we are doing. This new moon is going to bring in a whole new level of inspirations, intentions, and illusions. Okay, so all of the eyes are coming up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am bloody inspired. I sat and did so much work yesterday, and I was like a boss, getting so much done because I am so inspired with what I'm doing. You know, I set intentions this afternoon. I sat down and I wrote some intentions for something that's taking place tomorrow because I'm like, no, this is what I need to get out of it. I'm not interested in the rest of it. I want my needs met. And that's not me being selfish or being greedy. It's just, listen, if I'm going to go and do this, like, let's create the intentions for our life. When we realize how bloody powerful we are and that we create everything in our lives, like I created the relationship ending with me and David. I created, the Zoom account being hacked. Like, oh, it wasn't hacked, but it might have been, who knows? But I created that situation. On some level, I created it and I own that. I don't know why I felt it was important to do that, but hey, sometimes we need to create shitty situations to get the memos, right? So we are being awakened right now. And let me know if this feels right to you. Like literally, I feel like I'm being shaken like this. And I have been I've been doing this shit for 10 years. I've been getting these messages for 10 years now. So for me, it's quite normal. But then even today, I was like, wow, even that got me, even that got me. That was really quite intense. So we are being awakened, and basically that's made me laugh a little bit. We must make choices and think deeply. Like we need to be conscious about the choices that we're making. Like definitely we need to be conscious about the choices that we're making. Everything is happening so quickly, but we need to be deep about it. We can't be making these superficial decisions because we're getting stung for it. Oh, I appreciate that. It's nice to be an inspiration for you guys. Like I'm just here to remind you of your truth by sharing the shit that goes on with me, it would appear. And it does that, which I'm so grateful for, Hands up who's been getting really, really, really profound dreams. I'm talking about the new moon energies. For any of you that have just joined now, I'm talking about the new moon energies, which the new moon was yesterday. So it's very, very, very current. Dreams are so wild right now. In the last couple of days, I've had some of the most wild dreams. Like literally a couple of nights ago, I was with David in this situation and I explained to a couple of my team, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This was wild. And then I woke up today and had this really wild dream whereby I was at a amazing graduation kind of thing in America. And I remember so clearly that there was these men involved and there was this situation involved, and God, it was absolutely wild. And it is so, how many of you are really remembering as well? Oh, that's sweet of you. I'm a golden soul. I appreciate that so much. How many of you are remembering them? Like, I'm like, what the heck? Normally I go off and astral travel and do all of that stuff. I come back in and I'm like, remind me what I need to remember. But I'm remembering multiple dreams in a night right now. Like they're becoming more profound. You can wake yourself up in these dreams, like literally lucid dreaming. You can go, I'm dreaming now, I'm going to come out of it. And then you can go straight back into it. It's happening constantly. Now, what I get when I do this, or what I get and what I'm feeling, is it's about healing. It's about bringing the healing up into your consciousness, so you can actually act on it and do something about it. Like we spoke about earlier, we are in instant karma mode right now. Do you need to call someone and say, I'm sorry? Do you need to call someone and be like, do you know what? I've been being a bit of a dick. Do you need to call someone and be like, hey, let's let bygones be bygones? You let me know. If you are the person that has created the karma, created the situation, it's your responsibility. If you are somebody who's had something happen to you and, maybe you've just become a little bit stubborn off the back of it, it's up to you whether you want to have that conversation. Like, I don't want to have that conversation with people. If they want to reach out to me, I'll talk. But other than that, I'm not interested in having the conversations. A big thing that is coming up into consciousness at the moment is we must speak clearly and effectively, which is not what I'm doing right now because I'm channeling and I'm speaking so freaking quickly that it's just like blah, 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 blah. So I apologize. I apologize. But what we're looking to do right now is, slow down, think before we speak, like tap into our heart and say, is this really what we want to do? Is this really the journey that we want to go on? It's very, very, very important. And we need to trust what is coming out of our mouth. Sometimes things come out of my mouth and I think, oh shit, why did I say that? And then the other person really needed to hear it. So obviously don't get in your head too much about that either. Intuition and trust are coming up as vital for this time. Okay. How many of you have noticed your intuition is coming up massively? absolute massive. The intuition in my team, the intuition around me with my friends, it's wild. Absolutely wild what's taking place. And they're like, I'm not intuitive, I don't know. And then all of a sudden they've started saying, okay, I just need to trust much more. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, that's so sweet, Lisa, that you had dreamt about having a baby girl. That's so cute. That's so, so cute. And it's nice that you're telepathically dreaming together. That's really beautiful. So it's vital that we are allowing our intuition to guide us right now. Please do not get in your head about it. If something feels a certain way to you, trust it. You know, what I like to say to people is, just put your hand on your heart and ask yourself, is this my ego speaking, or is it my truth? Your truth might not make sense to your human. So like, always go with the truth. Okay. Always, always, always go with the truth. Self-love and love are very important right now. Now, I didn't think I would be saying this right now, obviously for obvious reasons, but the relationships are under the spotlight big time under this new moon. You will have connections with people like you have never had before if you allow it to take place. If you are somebody who is closed down, if you are somebody who is not open to it, trust me, it's not going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have high standards and that you can't have boundaries and all the rest of it. But my recommendation would be right now, get your butt out into nature as much as possible, because that's the self-love that the cellular level DNA within your body needs. What's quite fascinating is a lot of people are getting a lot of information coming into them and they're like, oh my God, and they're wired, they're out there in the cosmos and they can't get grounded back in. So please go out into nature, because we are vibrating at a much higher rate. Our cells are basically doing this right now, whereas they've never rattled quite so quickly. Obviously that's making like an electric current, I can't even bloody speak, in our body, which is making us get more electric shocks, be much more out there rather than grounded. So please do take the time, get in the ocean, very much watch the water right now, ladies and gents. Fascinating stuff is going on with the water. You just need to look. Take some time out to go outside and breathe, walk on the grass, go and do exercise, move your body, do all of those things. Because when you are acting in self-love, living in self-love, the relationships that we want, whether it's friendships, partnerships, you know, intimate relationships, mother, parent, any of that stuff, you know, they will all flourish off the back of the fact that you are having your self-love, which is really, really, really beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but I love the whole self-love thing. It's, you know, it is the awakening journey. Massive transformations are going to take place because of this heightened energy. It's going to be a very, very expansive transformational shift. Many of you will be seeing brand new perspectives that you've not considered before, and it is very important to be open to it. Yeah, Tracy, that's the healing that they've sent you. So Tracy's put in the chat, for those of you that can't see, or maybe you're watching this back, I'm disabled in a wheelchair, but in every dream I'm walking. Why is this? Healing, my friend, healing. I think you're going to be able to walk this lifetime if you choose to. That's what I'm going to be really bold and say that. I feel that if you want to, this lifetime, you will be able to walk. Now, you might be sat there going, Lucy, absolutely clinically impossible. Please just trust me, Tracy. You are your own med bed. And if you decide that you are going to walk again, trust me, you can break down every limitation that is in your world and you can rise up and you can go on this journey. Trust me on this. I've got goosebumps all over my body as I'm saying it. So this is definitely an option for you, but you need to recognize what is possible for you. I'm not saying you're going to go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow and you're just going to be able to walk. What I am saying though is if you choose this path, you will be able to walk it. And I've just literally been shown Jesus's feet walking over kind of like a sandy colored path in front of me. So I don't know if a sandy colored path means anything to you, Tracy, but if I was you, literally I'm covered in goosebumps, like I cannot even believe. So it's resonating with me. I call these truth bumps. It's resonating with me that you will be able to get that. I don't know where you are around the world, Tracy, but maybe let me know where you are, because maybe there's something I can do to help you. Oh, and I love that shit. I fucking love it when people say things like that. And I'm like, yes, they're getting the memo. God is basically saying to you, you will be able to walk again, my babe. You've just got to believe in it. You know, all these limitations, whatever stories you've been told. And I don't question that they are valid and that you've seen the scans and you've seen the bloody doctors and all the rest of it. I'm not questioning any of that, but what is coming through very, very, very strong is that you are going to get the power of your legs, your feet back. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know anything about you, Tracey, so apologies for not being able to go deeper, but I am seeing you walking, my friend. Oh my God, that is powerful shit. I said that I wasn't going to swear, and how many times have I sworn now? Okay. The last point that the new moon gave me was that it was very much around the awareness and connection of both the ego and the soul. Lizzie, can you delete that person, please, that's just posted that comment? I can't seem to do it because I'm not on YouTube, but could you please delete that comment? We're not a sex channel, love. God, it annoys me that they do that. Like, how can YouTube, not stop people pimping sex out on a video that is nothing to do with sex? It might be on Facebook that needs to happen. I'll go and do that myself if I need to. You can heal anything. Like, ladies and gents, go back and watch my healing videos on YouTube. Like, genuinely, you can heal anything. I have literally healed things. I think it's on my Facebook, babe, so I don't think you'll be able to do it. And I don't want to open it now because there'll be feedback. I'll do it afterwards, don't worry. I've got to, okay, that makes a lot of sense that you live near Broadstairs Beach. Okay, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. See, I don't know anything about you. And I just love the fact that I've been shown that. So, oh my God, I'm really excited for you. I want a picture when you take your first steps on that beach, Tracey. Like, literally, I want that. I want it. I want to see that. Yeah, no, it's fine, Lizzie. Don't worry. I'll do it afterwards. So like I was saying, the last thing that they gave me is awareness and connection of both the ego and the soul. We've all got an ego. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. Yes, it is. It can get us in trouble. Yes, it can keep us safe when we don't need to be safe. And it is, always piping up sometimes. But we also have this beautiful thing called a soul. Now, the soul is what we need to be engaging with, knowing that we've got this ego that we can work with. Now, many people out there do not work with their ego. They are, oh, I'm not egotistical. I'm not this. I'm not that. No, I'm not talking about that. Your ego is the trauma that has gone through your life and has basically created all these stories which keep you safe. For example, oh, well, I've had my heart broken, so there's no freaking way that I'm ever going to allow myself to be in love again. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. No, that's your ego saying, don't do that again, because last time you did it, you got hurt. Oh, that's nice feedback. So Christina has put in the chat, I do healing hangs every now and again. I've got another one coming up in a few weeks' time. I'm much better since the womb healing. Brilliant. I don't ever call myself a healer, but I do some pretty magical shit when we do these things. So I do love it a lot. So ladies and gents, it's the recognition of your ego. It's the recognition of your soul. You don't need to know what your purpose is. You don't need to know any of that. It's just recognizing what is my ego against what is my soul. Tracey, you are so welcome. If you hadn't asked that question, then I wouldn't have been able to answer it for you, my babe. So, and I love it. I'm very visionary. I just get things coming in. I see things very clearly. I don't even know how I got it. And I don't even know any of that stuff, but it's just what I see and that's what they've shown me. So I'm glad, like I say, I don't know anything about Tracey. Like, literally, I don't know anything. Can't even see her face because I think it's a flower or a leaf or something in her picture. So for me to know that she was going to be on a sandy coloured path, or Jesus's feet were walking on a sandy coloured path, what I'm just getting now is actually, I think the beach is going to be massive for your healing, whether you're going to walk in water first or something like that. But there's going to be something to do with the beach that's going to give you the healing. And I actually feel that you're going to be picking up some of the codes to just help yourself heal with this. Keep positive, keep focused on it, and just go really allow yourself to think wild is the words they're giving me. Wild dreams, wild imagination. Allow your imagination to go wild. Right, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Allow your imagination to go wild, Tracey. Okay. See yourself doing cartwheels, babe. I'll be there doing cartwheels with you for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Okay. Right, so that's the information that I got for the new moon. Obviously, the new moon was a couple of days ago. In 2 days' time, we have got the bloody solstice, as if things aren't crazy enough. We've got solstice coming in. There's a whole new level of energy that's coming in with that. I'm glad the healing stuff is resonating with some of you in the chat box. That's bloody amazing. Now, what we need to remember here is that the old way of working has come to an end, ladies and gents. Times have shifted. That stuff is over right now. We have to die before we resurrect. So Tracey has obviously gone, I'm fucking done with this. I'm done with the wheelchair. I'm being shown that I can walk. So now she's almost got to a point where she's had to die, and I don't mean physically, to be able to resurrect. You are your own self-sabotaging, shit-slinging online internet troll. We've all seen them, those people that come on and they throw things over the fence. Oh, you're rubbish, you're a shill, you're this, you're that. That's how you are about yourself. So recognize that times have shifted. And actually, the wild imagination comment that I just gave to Tracy, I want you all to go wild. How do you want your life to look? How do you want to feel? How do you want, like, what colors do you want it to be? Who do you want your neighbors to be? Like, who do you want to hang out with? Who do you want to go for a glass of wine with? You know, who do you want? What vibration do you want in your life? Do you want drama, or do you just want a real peaceful life? Like, I don't like drama. Hence, I have to step away from it. I have to cut that and step away from it. Drama is not my thing. What do you want for your life? This solstice energy and the new moon energy as a combination, as a twosome, if you like, is a very, very powerful energy. You can rise up, you can create, you can be inspired, you can inspire. You can literally do anything that resonates with you under this. Yeah, I hear you, Lizzie. I'd like to be living in the middle of nowhere. To be fair, I'm very lucky where I am, but I'd really like to be in the middle of nowhere. In my house would be nice. Let's just say it all as it is. I'd like to be in my house. But you know what, it is what it is. So I feel it's very important to start manifesting and creating whatever it is that you want for your life, and start living it. You have to be wild with your imagination. Oh, Tracy, I just felt your inner child really activate then. And I don't know what happened to you between maybe around the age of 5, but something happened at the age of 5 and you lost it, but you've just had it kicked back in. You literally have just had it. It's almost like you've gone, oh, she's back. Now remind that little girl every single day that you love her. Remind her, because whatever happened when you were 5 years of age, babe, that is what is stopping you in your healing journey. So please, please, please lean into this. God, I love doing live videos. I love it when random stuff like that happens. How is this resonating with you all? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it feel ugly? Does it feel scary? You know, do you have anything exciting planned for solstice? I do. I have some really cool things lined up for solstice, but I'm going to share them on another video at some point. With you all. I'm sorry I haven't given you a exercise to do this time round, because I just don't feel it's right for now. What I want to be doing is I want to be doing what feels right to me. And if that means me not giving you an exercise to get neutralized into the energy, then clearly it's not what's meant to be. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know this. So I know there's a couple of things on here. I care for my mum who is bedbound. She says there's a little girl who sleeps at the bottom of the bed. Also, she is calling me my aunt's name who died 40 years ago. Oh, that's beautiful. I would suggest that she's channeling your aunt who died 40 years ago. That's what I would say, but she's channeling her as a child rather than an adult. It might be, I don't know if your mum lost a child or something like that. Like, it could well be two separate things. Good, I'm pleased that you're determined. I love this so much. I'm just going to go back to a question that I was asked earlier, because I want to address it. I don't like ignoring questions, but it's a way, way, way back. I can't find it now. Can't even remember who put it. I think it was Lisa. I will come back to the bottom of the comments afterwards. I love the fact that you all give me hugs and stuff. Thank you. Oh, thank you. The light shines through me. That's a really beautiful comment. I'll take that. When you spoke about being visited by your lost baby, my baby in spirit many years, will he or she know that I love them? You don't need me to answer that question after this live. That's just ego. You know, there is a connection that we have when the other side is there. You know, people can hate you in this lifetime and then come through to you. Like, for me personally, I channel, I get a lot of different speakers coming, fucking hell. I get a lot of different spirits coming to me, people that I know, people that I don't know. And there has been a spirit that's come through to me recently who really didn't like me when they passed, yet they have given me so much gold, like literal gold. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they there is no darkness on the other side. There is no wrong. There is no, you basically go there and you're like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, why did I create this stuff? And you go and you repent and you allow yourself to just shift and move and surrender and, you know, basically go and apologize. And then all of a sudden, you know, what I've realized now in the last few weeks is that when somebody has done something quite, you know, because they thought of, it's really difficult to explain. So let's say, for example, there's a situation where somebody crosses over and you didn't get time to understand why they had a bit of a gripe with you. What happens is they often see what actually happened in reality. They get all of the facts and then they come back and they're like, okay, I'm going to be a guide for you now. I'm going to help you because actually I misjudged you. Actually, I was wrong. Actually, that wasn't a fair situation. Okay, so it's extremely, extremely, extremely important that we recognize that. Okay, really important. Remember, our ego wants validation. We don't need validation. You guys know the bloody answers. You just like these videos because we don't know ever what's going to come out of my mouth. I love doing live videos as well. I'm glad you guys have. Oh, it's really, really nice. I'm so pleased that you guys are glad to have me back, because sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe they're good without me, you know, maybe it's all right. And that's not an ego thing. That's just, you know, we're all busy people, right? You know, like I easily forget people unless they're in my face every single day. I easily forget them. I'm loving all of this. I've been in a terrible dark mood since Thursday, and that finally feels like it's lifting. I've done a lot of reflection. I need to make peace. Good girl. Go grab a journal or go grab a notepad and get that done. Around 5 to 9 years, I became a bit psychic, lost that as an adult. I would love to return to that someday. So go back to the 5-year-old, empower them to go back there, and you'll go back there. Just like that. It's that simple these days, ladies and gents. It's that simple. Honestly, I cannot say to you, we make it a lot more challenging for ourselves than we need it to be. I never thought I was psychic. I never thought I was spiritual, if you want to use that word. I tend to use the word woo-woo because it just aligns better with me and my crazy. You know, I never thought I would be channeling and intuitive and all of this stuff. But here I am, ladies and gents. So be open to it, you know, never push it away. And yeah, just enjoy yourself. This all feels great. Going to sleep after this for a nap, a happy one. Can't wait for that person who so wronged me. Luckily, I did see it before she died. Yeah, you bring on the love from heaven. Good. That's amazing. All right, guys, I am going to love you and leave you. It's been a wild 57 minutes so far, so I'm going to love you and leave you at this point. Do let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you would like to ask me or whatever, and I will check back in a few hours once I'm done with all of my work calls. Monday's a crazy day for me. Thank you for everybody for coming. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for you know, every bit of support and message and things that I've got from you guys. It is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Lizzie, this will come up. This will come up and through the Self-Love Club program, babe. So you don't worry about it. Just stop trying to rush it. Like it's when you try and rush it, you're not surrendering to the processes. Just remember, we all get to a certain point and then we go, you know what, I have to let this go because it is killing me, because that is what's happening. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go before I just sit here and answer questions all night. We will do a Q&A at some point. I always say that. We never bloody do we? But we will do it at some point. Ladies and gents, thank you for being patient. Sorry to those of you that I haven't got back to about messages as to where I've been. I love you to the moon and stars. Do check out the Healing Hangs event that is on my website. It's actually been moved to the 14th of July because of the Zoom issue. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. So it's gone to, no shit, sorry, it's the 13th of July. I don't know why I've got 14th in my head today. The 13th of July. Loads of other stuff that's going on my website. So go over there and check it out, ladies and gents. The details will be below the video. Love you guys to the moon and stars. I will see you next week. Take care. Lots of love.